luck.
Well, just to piggyback what you said, I think just given my limited experience with it, I can attest to like not even the physical benefits of it, but like the whole different mental aspect of or approach that you take when you start barefoot running, because you're just more engaged on every single step, and it just you become a lot. I mean, I hate to be, you know, it sounds so trite, but you just get into a very zen place where you're focused on like that present moment instead of like when you're running in big, you know, thickly soled shoes and your mind's all over the place. You're listening to music, or you're, you know, when you're running barefoot, you're kind of forced to like, you know, see where you're going. Otherwise, you know, big piece of rock, you know, piece of glass, you never know. But
yeah, you're right. The other thing too, Bill, about that is that you know your feet have as many sensory endings as your like, hands or your genitals. So it's like running on your testicles. Sorry. And this is actually Barefoot Ted. Barefoot Ted says a lot of things. If you can just sort of grit your teeth and listen, he says a lot of things that are actually really smart. But one of the things he says, nature does not just dish out nerve endings willy-nilly. If you got a lot of nerves in your feet, they're there for a reason. And the reason why is just for that thing, too. They wake you up. When you're running your bare feet, it's not impactful or painful. It's just you feel like you're really sensing things and feeling things. And you're, like you said, Bill, you're aware of this, and it's just totally focusing your attention in a really good, exhilarating way on what you're doing, as opposed to just trying to shut it out.
Barefoot Ted being like a prominent character in the book, to the people who haven't read it yet.
You used to live in Southern California. You used to live in the valley.
I grew up with a very eccentric father who is quite a bit older. He had me when he was 47, so now he's about 80. But Serbian man, and he would constantly be barefoot throughout our childhood. Never owned any shoes. I'm talking coming to pick us up at school, driving around, walking around barefoot.
Poor dude.
And he made us walk around barefoot.
Is that why you're an ultimate fighter now?
Yeah, no, not quite. He made us walk around barefoot, and he would come to school and pick us up, and the teachers and the nuns that were running the school were like forbidden. They were like, "Why don't you wear shoes?" He said, "But God gave me these shoes. What do you want me to say?" And then that would shut them up right away. But you know, and our feet got not callous but worn, and you know the soles of the feet were a lot tougher. And I remember playing tag on the beaches in the south of France. Are these pebbles that are kind of tough on your feet? It's like acupressure. And so we would always play tag, my brother and I, and then like whenever other kids would come that were always wearing shoes, we'd be like, "Come on, let's play tag, but you have to play barefoot." They could like it was like walking on, you know, they couldn't move, you know, and we were like buzzing around. And then when I started running track in high school, I actually couldn't run in the shoes, the little cleats that they gave me for sprinting and stuff, and I ran faster time-wise if I was running barefoot. And now even like to this day, it's kind of just awkward, but I never really like paid much attention to it. It was just kind of natural.
Do you run now?
No.
Okay.
I don't like running very much, but I mean, just long distances anyway. I'm drawn to other things physically, but I think that's also part of like.
But if you ran barefoot, maybe you'd be more.
Yeah, maybe. But genetically speaking, I think you're right. I don't think different people are wired physically to run better than others, but I think that maybe upstairs we're probably wired to be drawn towards running or other activities more than other people. So.
Yeah, I mean, one thing too, I don't want to sort of come across as like sort of those like nagging exercise guys, like you must run. Yeah. But no, the idea is at least you don't have to be afraid of it. You know, that if you want to do it and you enjoy it, then do it. But I think I'm most concerned about is that you keep being told that this is a bad thing. Because you know, if you want to stop someone from doing something, threaten them with pain, and they won't do it. And that's what we've been told. You know, that running's a dangerous thing.
I've never rolled my ankle barefoot.
Yeah.
You know, I've rolled my ankle times.
Yeah, you get higher off the ground, you're more wobbly.
Have you heard of Pete Egeskew?
Yeah, right.
You know, he was the guy who first introduced me to the whole idea of, look, we were born barefoot, we evolved barefoot, basically we should be barefoot. And I'm a martial artist of several decades now, and it was his stuff that started getting me taking the shoes off, not for running yet. That took a New York Times or magazine article a couple of months ago, but the idea of being barefoot and how the groin muscles in shoes tend to start to grab and cause all kinds of misalignments.
Off the chain, right?
Yeah, and his stretches were the only ones that, I mean, I've been physical therapists, I've been to doctors. Yeah. His stretches were the only ones that started to bring relief, so it's just nice to get continuing information of, follow the natural, what I call the natural path.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been approaching the same truth from different directions. Yeah. You know, chi running, evolution, pose method. How do you pronounce the name? I keep thinking it was Egoscu, but it's not. It's Egescu, Alexander technique. These guys are, I think even ultra runners too. If you watch good ultra runners, they're basically landing as if they were in their bare feet on their forefoot, their movement. Because you can't afford to be inefficient and try to run 100 miles on a rock. It's not going to work.
No.
Just a question, are hiking, I just spent a small fortune on hiking shoes. Is it the same situation with hiking shoes, or is it a different story on
I hear more and more from hikers all the time that they like the 5 fingers. There are these 2 sisters who hike the Appalachian Trail on their bare feet. And you see more and more hiking shoes. They used to be these monstrosities, and now they're coming down more and more like sneakers all the time. So I would say yes. You know, all you need to do is protect your foot from it, busting a toe or stepping on a tire tread thing.
Right. So it's a fallacy about supporting the ankle and how to
totally.
support the ankle.
That's just nonsense. I mean, the higher you up, the more wobble you are like an SUV, and the greater your chances of twisting.
These are the 5 fingers.
Oh, let me see.
I just came back from a trip to Yosemite. I spent the entire weekend in these, whether it was running, whether it was hiking. I didn't do half dome, but I did a lot of other trails, and in the water. I mean, these things are great. I mean, no, I mean, you just like I was talking about before, you're all more careful about where you're stepping, but I mean, if you can deal with like curious stares and people looking at you like you're a freak, it's really tough.
Some of us is like that anyway, right?
Yeah. It's pretty mainstream these days.
They're Adventure 16.
Yeah, you can 5fingers.com.
Yeah.
Vibrant5fingers.com. They'll teach you how to measure them out and just order them.
Okay. More questions?
Are there any other questions? Last question.
Yeah, sure.
So how did the race go that you spent?
Dude, buy the book. Come on.
All
Come on, I'll tell you how it is.
Thank you. Okay, so he'll be signing the book. The book is for sale, but also he's here and he's not going anywhere, at least for another.
Well, the Tecate's here.
That's right. There's Tecate here. So the evening is not over. I'm just going to let everyone use the restroom and explore. And please come up and talk to Chris and Caballo Blanco and enjoy yourself. And thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you.